Endrick, Brazil, 17 years old. Lamine Yamal, Spain, 16 years old. Two of football's brightest talents are headed towards superstardom. Their names already written in lights as young boys, will they become men who can replicate the likes of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo? Let's take a deeper look. Welcome back to Footballers Weekly, where we dive deep into the heart of football, bringing you closer to the stars of tomorrow, today. In this episode, we're putting the spotlight on two of the most electrifying young talents in the footballer world, Endrick and Lamine Yamal. Are we a little hesitant to compare these teenagers to some of the best players of all time? Well, yeah, but their unbelievable talent is giving us very little choice as they keep making the headlines. These rising stars are performing at a young age that legends before them couldn't even have dreamt of. Want a hat trick? Then hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our football adventures. Are you ready? Let's go! Tuesday, the 26th of March 2024. A date you might have missed, but one that will be remembered forever and talked about by football fans for decades. This was the day that Endrick and Lamine Yamal crossed swords for the first time as professional footballers in the grand arena that is Madrid's Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. It's fair to say that both showed up to give fans an unforgettable show and announce themselves to the world. Of course, they were already on everyone's radar, but the way they performed in this historic matchup was something out of the ordinary. They made players 10 years their senior look like little boys. Yamal demanded the ball from his Spanish teammates and sprinted down the right wing every chance he got, at any given opportunity, skipping inside and out of Brazilian defenders like they were practice cones on the field, winning penalties, setting up goals, and causing all-round havoc. Yamal literally moved like Messi. He floated through the opposition with ease, and the smile on his face suggested he was having a great time doing so. Like Lionel, his dribbling became so dangerous that he would draw in two players to defend him, and when this happened, gaping spaces would open up for his just as effective through balls in behind. Yamal has everything to become a Barca legend. Even in the home of Real Madrid, Lamine Yamal left the field before the final whistle as a substitute. The entire stadium rose to give him a standing ovation. They knew they had witnessed a special performance from a special boy. On the other side of the pitch, however, Endrick also did damage of his own. The striker came on at halftime and struck a left-footed volley into the Spanish net just 5 minutes later. Endrick's small and stocky frame makes him look like a child in a new school with a kid 2 sizes too big for him, but his instinct in the box is like that of a seasoned pro. He seems to have the be in the right place at the right time gene, and perhaps that is why he's being tipped for goal-scoring greatness. On the night of that historic game, Yamal certainly was the all-round top performer, but in the same week, Endrick hit the headlines on 3 occasions. Days earlier, he also came on as a substitute when Brazil visited England. After 10 minutes on the field, he scored the only goal of the game and became a hero at Wembley. After his goal in Madrid, he became the first Brazilian in history to score against both Spain at Bernabeu and England at Wembley. But perhaps even more incredibly, just 48 hours after his volley in his future home stadium, he was back at his current home in Sao Paulo playing for his boyhood club Palmeiras. And what happened? You guessed it, he subscribed to our channel. Okay, just joking, but really, the score 1-0 Palmeiras. A goal from Endrick Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 goals in 3 countries over 2 continents in just 6 nights. Endrick is writing his own folklore for future football lovers to worship. So without any exaggeration, 2 teenagers stole the show at Spain versus Brazil. Plenty of young talents are talked up in the footballer world, but these two seem to be a cut above. And how ironic that fate brought them together to sparkle so brightly on the same night. It's also poetic that Yamal is the future hope of Barcelona and Endrick of Real Madrid. La Liga has been a little on the boring side since the CR7 and Leo Messi rivalry left El Clasico. Might these two youngsters be those that reignite the flame and bring this historic rivalry back to the pinnacle of world of football? For now, both will keep doing their thing. week in, week out, and both will certainly fancy having a big say in their respective international competitions this summer. Endrick for Brazil at the Copa America and Lamine Yamal for Spain at the Euros. Who will go further? Let us know in the comment section below what you think. Lamine Yamal has now played 6 times for Spain, and Endrick on 4 occasions for Brazil. Between them, they have already won 5 senior trophies and scored over 20 senior goals, both with 2 each for their national teams. The future, it seems, is here now, dazzling in front of our very eyes. And here's a reminder that if you add their ages together, they would still only be 33 years old. Their peak is so far away, and yet they're already flying. So, who's better? Well, it's pretty unfair to compare them, and pretty impossible at this stage too, but you might suggest that Endrick will be the better goal scorer, and Yamal perhaps more of an all-rounder. Yamal's dribbling and vision makes him look like the perfect creative winger, not to mention his pace, but Endrick's eye for the goal and cold-blooded finishing instinct means he might be one of the top goal-scoring players of the future. They're still just 16 and 17 respectively, with plenty of development to go, but class is permanent. And they have already shown that they have it in bucket loads. Every football legend has a beginning. For Endrick, it was in the bustling streets of Sao Paulo, Brazil, where he first showed the world his prodigious talent, but it was far from easy. Endrick's father dreamed of becoming a professional footballer to lead his family out of poverty, and at one stage, while his father searched for a contract, Endrick had to live in an orphanage in the city. His mother had been homeless and his family suffered a lot. Then his father received work as a janitor at none other than Palmeiras Football Club, where not so long later, 11-year-old Endrick would show his flair and scoring ability. He caught the eye of the club and climbed the ranks to become one of the most talked about youngsters in football. Even across the youth categories, his ability stood out. Endrick's father had sought the same dream for his son too. He posted videos of him playing online in order to try and grab the attention of a professional club. Endrick had started kicking a football at just 4 years of age, and idolized Palmeiras and Real Madrid, where legendary Brazilian forward Ronaldo Nazario was playing. Endrick soon realized the state of poverty his family was in too, and he wanted the same thing as his father, football as a means to a better life. And boy has he achieved it. Across the other side of the Atlantic, something else was brewing in Barcelona, something special, as Lamine Yamal's journey began. Yamal was born in Catalonia to a father from Morocco and a mother from Equatorial Guinea. Initially, he grew up near the coast outside of the city, but his family moved into the center when he was just 7 years of age. At this stage, he was already inducted in the famous La Masia Academy of FC Barcelona, the place where legends like Messi are made. Like Endrick, Yamal turned heads across the youth ranks and was always seen as somebody with huge potential for the future, even within the fierce competition of La Masia, where even those who don't quite make it tend to be incredible footballers. Fast forward to 2023 and Lamine Yamal became the 5th youngest player in La Liga's history at 15 years, 9 months, and 16 days old to make his pro debut. As Endrick and Yamal continue to develop, the football world watches while holding their breath. Endrick's potential to become one of Brazil's greatest forwards is undeniable. With his talent, he could lead Real Madrid to glory and bring the samba flair back to the Brazilian national team. Yamal's future looks equally bright. His style of play could redefine Spanish football, blending traditional tiki-taka with modern dynamics. For Barcelona and Spain, Yamal represents the next generation of a football genius, capable of leading both teams to new heights. It really is fascinating, and we only hope and pray that these two talents stay injury-free and healthy, ahead of what could be two of the most incredible careers in the history of the beautiful game. Their scripts are yet to be written, and in this age of social media and infinite content, these two young men need to be mentally tough and have positive role models around them. With the bright lights comes plenty of pressure to perform. Even at such a young age, football can be ruthless. Messi made his Barcelona debut at 16. Pelé played his first senior game for Santos at 15. Will Yamal and Endrick go on to live out similar careers to these all-time greats? We have an inkling that similar legacies will be forged at club and international level. Big moments and trophies of the future have Yamal and Endrick's names written on them already. What do you think though? Who is the better player? Who will have the better career, and what is the limit for the dazzling talent of Lamine Yamal and Endrick? Let us know in the comments below, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you want to see Lamine and Endrick score more goals. See you in the next video as we talk more about the most exciting stars of football's future. Peace!